Yo, what's up, everybody? Just wanted to do a quick video and bust out some no BS facts when it comes to haters. And if you have haters, you're doing something right. But where does hate come from? It comes from people that are too miserable with their own lives that they look for other people to put down, kind of like little notches to make themselves elevate and make themselves feel better. But at the end of the day, that's the key. Makes them feel better, because at the end of the day, they're still miserable, even if they feel good for that little second that they got to hate on you. And just like Cat Williams says, if you have 5 haters, get 15 by Friday, because that's their job. Their job is to hate. Now, here's one thing that you guys got to understand, though. You shouldn't let it bother you. Like I always tell people, like, oh, I don't want to do this. People tell me certain things they're worried about. You know, one thing for sure is you have to learn to become ITC, which is immune to criticism. Okay? If you worry about what other people think, that's a problem, because eventually that's going to take you down, because you're on the right track and everybody around you is like crabs in a bucket. As soon as you try to escape, they drag you back down. There's many people have heard this before. People want to see you do good, just not better than them. But at the end of the day, everybody has different desires, different wants, different things, right? So why do you care what another man or woman wants? Why do you care what another person's doing? Why are you not focused on your own life, focused on what you're trying to do? Because you don't have a goals. You don't have a future. You don't have a desires or any kind of dreams. You gave up. Hence why I posted that quote, "We die at 21, waiting to be buried at 65. Which all that simply means is that I have somewhere that I want to go. Most people are what we call procrastinators, but we also call them drifters. They're kind of just drifting through life. They really don't know what they want. So then what do? They hate on other people that have what they want, because they don't think you deserve it. But what they don't know is all the work that you put in and all the grind and everything that you do behind the scenes they don't see, all the pain and suffering that you had to go through to get to where you're at right now. And at the end of the day, one thing you got to be careful when it comes to haters, that if you get enough people hate on you, it's like a poison. You start to feel like this very bad negative energy that might bring you down. And haters love to make you feel like what you're doing is wrong. That's their job. They constantly making you question yourself. That's what haters do. That's why they're constantly hate on you. But I always tell people, don't worry about it, because like the Kardashians, they get hate online all day. Do you think they're able to read all the comments? Sometimes people will get hate on one of their posts and they right away go erase the comment. Why? I leave it there because the people that are watching me that are not my hater, they'll come to your defense. They'll come and defend you, but it also shows them that what you have to experience on a daily. I've had people create fake fan pages talking trash about me. I've had people create websites about me. I've had people create fake accounts talking trash about me or trying to make me look bad. It's just part of the game, because when you are getting all the eyes, when you're getting all the attention, when you're getting all the things that you desire and all the things that you want, everybody sees that. Here's one thing that you got to learn, though. Once you know who your haters are, and it's usually the closest people to you, you have to disconnect from those people. You have to disconnect from those people, because just current, for some of you guys that are closest to me know that I went through like a downhill because my life was just on the way to skyrocket, right? But as an entrepreneur, just know that this is what a business owner does. Whoop, 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 whoop. But then sometimes we crash and burn. And the people that love you are the ones that are trying to pick you back up. And your haters are the first ones to be there waiting to say, I knew it. I knew it wasn't going to happen. I knew there was going to be an end to this. That's because they're miserable with their own relationship. They're miserable with their own financial status. They're miserable with their own where they live. They're miserable with the car that they drive. They're miserable with the clothes that they have. They probably even hate the children that they've created. I may have went a little too far on that one. At the end of the day, what hate is just an emotion from a person that just is not happy with themselves, right? They hate themselves, really. They just use you as like a justification or an excuse, or whatever goes on in their crazy little minds, that you are wrong and they're doing everything right. But if you're doing everything right, then why are you so unhappy and miserable? And I think the number one thing that people hate from me, they hate me the most, is my energy. I'm always, for most people, if you guys watch my Instagram, my Snapchat or whatever, even for over the years, I'm always dancing, always having fun, always playing music, always having a good time, always laughing, always making jokes, always at a high energy, always happy, right? So now I'm realizing it took me a little bit to figure this out, because I've talked about hating before. But what I've learned just recently is that the people that hated me were the ones that were just unhappy with their lives, and they were just tired of seeing me happy. Not because they don't want to see me happy, they just don't like that I am and they're not. They don't like that I'm positive and they're negative. Have you guys ever met a negative person? How many of you guys watching this, put in the comments, have you ever met a negative person? How many of you guys know a person is so negative that when they walk into a dark room, they develop? How many of you guys live with that person? At the end of the day, negative and positive are never going to relate. It's never going to be able to be on the same, because while you're happy and your significant other is not, it can't work. Either you're both happy, either you're both positive, both elevating each other, or eventually one of you is going to take the other one down, or eventually you guys will separate and break off. It's the same thing with family, same thing with business associates. It's the same thing with just people in general. I'm constantly happy. I'm constantly at a high level of energy. I'm constantly at a high level of awareness. My mindset is just there. And I'm willing to teach it to anybody and share my wisdom with them, because I'm not greedy when it comes to it. I'll teach people for days. But what I won't do is I won't help a hater, because no matter what you do for a hater, they're just going to always hate. And you know who you are, because you're probably the one not liking this video. You're probably not the one not commenting on this video. You're the person that's having conversations. You know, I've actually had people that hated me and have created groups, and they became best friends just hating me. See, even though it's a negative to me, I helped them create a positive, because now they have a whole new group of friends that can sit around and talk about what I'm doing. Meanwhile, while they're doing nothing. It's easier for them to watch me do anything and then talk trash about it and talk shit about it, because they're not willing to make the same moves. They're not willing to do the things that I'm willing to do. They're not willing to be as bold and be out there. They're not willing to do videos. They're not willing to go talk and call big corporations. They're not willing to have the guts to do anything, right? Like Scarface, you don't have the guts to be what you want to be. You're either fake or you're real. And unfortunately, in this world that we are in right now, fake is winning. The faker you are, the better. And real people don't have a lot of friends, because real can't hang with fake. Just like negative can't hang out with positive. Just like how hate can't hang out with love. There's no difference. I love everybody. I don't hate anyone. You'll never hear me hate. I don't even say I hate things. Like, I don't even say I hate restaurants. I don't even say I hate whatever. I just don't have it, because it's not worth my time and energy. And nobody is worth my hate. Right? And not everybody's worth my love either. So I hope you guys learn from this video. If you have haters, be proud of yourself today, because that means you're doing something that has everybody else questioning and thinking and making them question their own lives. Right? And unfortunately, that's not your problem. And what a person thinks of you, that's none of your business. Because at the end of the day, you're not here to defend yourself. You're here to do what you were born to do, what you've made a decision to do, and go do that full haul, and let the haters just sit and watch. Because no matter what, whether you're up or down, they're gonna hate anyways. Talk to y'all later.